It has been an amazing process through the course of this pandemic that some of the groups that we all united in calling heroes and saying how supportive we were, that over time that support just sorts of falls away, especially when it's economic, and especially when it's those essential, generally lower income workers who helped us get through the rough initial months of this pandemic. So I wanna give you an example of it. Back on April 1st of 2020, Kroger chairman and CEO Rodney McMullen, Kroger being a company that owns multiple grocery store chains, including in my area, said our associates have displayed the true actions of a hero, working tirelessly on the front lines to ensure everyone has access to affordable, fresh food and essentials during this national emergency. The hero bonus, is a temporary pay bonus, is just one more way we can continue to convey our thanks and gratitude to our existing associates. True actions of a hero, tirelessly working. We want to convey our thanks and our gratitude. And you know what? It wasn't just Kroger. Even some local governments decided, yes, these people are heroes. Many of them have gotten sick. Hundreds of grocery store employees have died. We're gonna recognize that, and we're gonna recognize that the pandemic is worse than it was back on April 1st. Thousands of people dying every day. We barely cover it anymore. It's just so routine that 3,000 to 4,000 people are gonna die. So last month, Long Beach, just south of here, became the first city in California to approve a hazard pay ordinance. Remember the hazard pay that we were talking about with Kroger? It's like that. With the law requiring grocery stores with at least 300 workers nationwide and more than 15 employees within Long Beach to pay an extra $4 an hour for a 120-day period. So an extra $4 an hour for a few months until hopefully, fingers crossed, we get through this thing. And Kroger, who has those stores in that area and values these true heroes, these people who work tirelessly, that deserve this pay. It's a way to convey our thanks. You know what they did? They closed their stores in the area. A Ralph's and a Food for Less, they are closing them down because the law. Because for a couple of months, they'd have to pay a couple bucks more. They are going to literally permanently close both of those stores, which is weird because now hundreds of their heroes are gonna lose their jobs. Now it's devastating, jokes aside, the whole situation is so sick. But this is kind of a micro version of what our country has done to people who work in grocery stores, to people who work in food packing plants, to people who work in sort of frontline medical workers. It's like lots of respect and admiration in the first few months, but then I kind of want to go outside again. So screw all of that. Screw our teachers. They can get sick and they can potentially die. I want to be comfortable once again. And when there's a profit motive, when it's a monetary thing, Rodney McMullen, what about your heroes, man? What happened to your heroes? He's okay with them losing their jobs. Yasmin, what do you think?
It's crazy. First of all, it was really easy to call people heroes when you don't have to actually do anything to help them. I live in Texas, and here we have a local grocery store chain, and they were one of the first, I think, to increase hazard pay for their employees. And I think they're still doing that, or they need to re-up it soon. But you really need to take care of these people, but it's not just the employees who you're putting out of work now, these heroes that you claim to care about, but it's also those communities that you're disservicing. They don't have a grocery store anymore. They now have to go elsewhere, I guess, for their groceries. But how are you gonna not serve the community that you're in? It just, all of it is wrong. But we all have short attention spans, so we will move on and they'll just, keep doing their business and they're not gonna face any consequences for it. Maybe I'm being pessimistic, but I don't.
Yeah, I share the cynicism.
It sucks. Yeah.
Maybe there will be some sort of boycott. There are other chains.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if they're actually any better in terms of their corporate practices. But yeah, that's just devastating. And it really is just what the country has been doing. Like, sure, let's make a nice glossy commercial about this group. But wait, you want money now? No, we're not. We were talking about like vague stuff like admiration, not stuff actually like money in your pockets. And in this area, so much work needs to be done to help increase the bargaining power of workers. I saw that Biden kicked out this entire board that had to do with sort of labor relations in the federal government, and they were all just terrible people that Trump had put in. So they're all gone. That's That's the beginning, but we're gonna have to see. Like our entire country needs to recommit to this the way we did, 75 years ago or so, because people are just being taken advantage of. And if they can do this in the middle of this pandemic that has supposedly rallied the public in support of them, when things get a little bit better in terms of the economy and in terms of public health, what are they gonna do then when there's less of a spotlight on it? That's my fear.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.